Hello and welcome to the Saturday edition of The Box Seat. I'm Mark Warwood. 8 races at Belmont on AFL Grand Final Day. We're expecting a shower or two in Perth, however, a top temperature of 26 degrees, the track to remain in the good 4 range and the rail to be in the 9 metre position. Race number 1 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 12.53. It's the Tap Touch Betty or Bet Maiden over 1,650 metres. The replay horse can look at the last start of Friars Moon.
Is last of all. Pike makes his move with the favourite Oriental Rose. It ranges up very quickly, goes to Lucky Escape, and they've quickened. They've put 2 lengths on 23 Red. Friars Moon running on strongly from the back of the field. He draws the whip on Oriental Rose. With 150 to go, it's Oriental Rose more than a length. Friars Moon and 23 Red. Oriental Rose desperately ridden though close to home. She'll have enough in hand. That's 4 out of 6.
Friars Moon has gone close to winning each of her last 2 races, and she's run into probably better than average maidens in both of those races. They were both at Northam. 2 starts ago was only a long neck behind Hong Long, and then last start, as we saw in the replay, only beaten half a length by Oriental Rose, who ran quite well on Wednesday. Get some gear changes here, the tongue bit goes on and the visors go on as well. Gets an inside gate. I think Friars Moon is the one to beat. The likely favourite, however, is number 8, Duck Duck Goose. Rises sharply in trip, following 2 seconds over sprint distances of 1,000 metres and 1,200. Certainly he's got decent form in the book. Number 3, Ukbar Ted has drawn the inside gate for Peter Nucky. I think he'll run his usual solid race in these maidens, but he's just got the 1 second from 10 starts, so just the minus for me. And then number 5, Prince 8, did beat Someday One Day in a trial over 1,450 metres at Lark Hill. He's only got provincial form, but comes to town and I think could be the smoky. My top selection in race number 1 is number 9, Friars Moon, to beat 8, Duck Duck Goose, 3, Ukbar Ted and 5, Prince 8. Race number 2 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 1:31. It's the happy 90th birthday Leo Loughnane Plate over 1,200 metres. It's probably the most interesting race on the card. In replay, we can look at the last start win of Dance Music.
And Dance Music led at the top of the running from on the outside. Universal Fancy, Lucky Linda Lulu. 4th Burning Pride for Lion Machine down the outside, but Pike is sitting there as quietly as a church mouse at the 200 metre mark. 1.5 lengths in front, starts to niggle her up now. Around its heels goes Lucky Linda Lulu, but he now just livens up Dance Music. And the filly is going to come right away, and she's going to canter home as the $1.22.
Dance Music is 2 from 2 for Simon Miller and William Pike after a couple of odds-on wins, first at Northam and then in the replay race at Belmont. She maps as fine in the front here on Saturday, and I think she'll certainly be fitter than her most dangerous opponent in this race. I think she's going to be the one to beat, and she goes on top. Clearly a danger is number 1, Lord Help Me Run. This horse won the WA Sires Produce Stakes last year, so he comes back here as a Group 3 winner. He has to concede weight all around. He's all class. I thought his trial was really, really good, but he gets the outside gate. I don't think he'll be fully wound up for this, and I think he'll be behind Dance Music in the run. Number 2, Pablo's Poem, was really good, exceeded expectations in winning over 1,000 metres last time out. The speed figures out of that race weren't particularly flashing. You could say the same about his other run behind Fire and Rain. Clearly got ability, clearly got potential, but only for the minors on Saturday for me. And then number 5, Final Hearing. He blew like the absolute gale in the market before winning first up, but the horse he beat, Magical Charge, I know they've got an opinion of. I think the form's okay. Top selection in race number 2 is number 6, Dance Music, to beat 1, Lord Help Me Run, 2, Pablo's Poem and 5, Final Hearing. Race number 3 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 2:11. It's the Merrywell Handicap over 1,200 metres. In replay, we're going to look at the last start loss of Regal Moon.
Near the inside, and Black Smuggler is back at the tail of the field. In the straight, though, a Multiverse had shot clear, led by 2. Jupiter Calling giving chase. Regal Moon gets up on the inside, and then came Is That Right? Wider out is Stockyard Gossip. Multiverse is nicely clear. Regal Moon runs through on the inside, goes to second, and then Is That Right? Jupiter Calling and Stockyard Gossip, but won it at the start, Multiverse. And Multiverse by 3/4 good.
I said the last start loss of Regal Moon, and I meant it. She was an absolute tragedy, beaten first up for a new trainer, Steele Casey, new jockey Molly Clark and new owners. She would have won by panels if she'd started with the rest of the field. Molly rode a very patient race, managed to get within 3/4 the length of Multiverse, but I think she would have won by 3 or 4 if she jumped with them. Get some gear changes on Saturday, Shadow Roll and Tongue Tie. Gets one of the inside gates, gets the weight down to 52.5. I think she'll be winning. Number 4, Regal Moon. Goes on top from number 8, Lady Lejeune. Proved that run 2 starts ago was an aberration with the run behind Mantime, only beaten a length and a half. She's certainly got the form figures to be winning this race. I do, however, fancy Regal Moon. Then you've got 3, Platypus, certified non-winner this horse now. Cannot possibly back it on top, but as drawn wide here, is probably only worthy of being put in the place bets. And then number 2, Presentative, placed second in each of its last two races. Third up on Saturday for Martin Allen and Ryan Hill. My top selection in race number 3, going to go with number 4, Regal Moon, to beat 8, Lady Lejeune, 3, Platypus and 2, Presentative. Race number 4 at Belmont on Saturday will jump at 2:51. It's the Western Racepix Handicap over 1,000 metres. The replay horse going to look at the last run of How to Fly.
To fly into the race. In behind them, the top weight, Lockroy, Khan, Saturia. Pretentious Chance gone back to the inside. At the 250, Dia Della Razza, undisclosed. How to Fly is gathering them in very quickly. And behind them is Lockroy with Pretentious Chance getting through. How to Fly reaches the lead. Lockroy's down the outside charging. Lockroy, How to Fly, Lockroy.
How to Fly has not won for more than 200 days, but I think she's well overdue her 4th career win. And I think with the several unspeed gallopers engaged in this race, looking at the map, I think it may set up really well for her, provided she can get a run in the straight. She's drawn barrier 1 here, but she does have the wizard William Pike aboard. I think she's the value bet in race number 4. Goes on top from number 4, Mantime. He's got the best figures in the race. He's absolutely flying at the moment for Lindsay Smith. Taylor Stone keeps the ride. She's been aboard for the last 3. He's won 2 of those. The key for me in this race is, will Mantime lead? I don't think he will, and he's never won a race when he's not been in front 600 metres from home. So he might have to make history on Saturday to win. Number 1, Lockroy, was excellent first up when beating How to Fly, but his weight goes up again. He's now got 62 kilos here. He's 1.5 kilos worse off with How to Fly. Just goes in the minors. And then number 2, I Am Incredible, just in the numbers because he will travel off speed here, and I think this will be a race for the swoopers rather than those on the speed. My top selection in race number 4, going to go with number 7, How to Fly, to beat 4, Mantime, 1, Lockroy and 2, I Am Incredible.